بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Dear my students grade 8, we are going to go on and complete studying our unit, the second unit for the first term. The title of this unit is Life Events. Let's go on and study our unit. We are going to start this lesson by asking some questions for the previous lesson. Have you ever made a kite? If you have ever made a kite, you are going to say what? Yes, I have. If you haven't, you are going to say no, I haven't. Have you ever traveled by train? Have you ever traveled by train? If you have been outside Kuwait and you have traveled by train before. Have you ever lost something important? Do you remember this? Have you ever lost something important? Let's go on and study our new vocabulary. A boy always dreams of becoming a star footballer. He joined a football club to practice the sport and achieve his dream. Achieve. The word achieve means to succeed in finishing something or reaching a goal. So if you are going to achieve something, it means you are going to succeed in it. Dream it, believe it, and achieve it. The second word, he keeps practicing to improve his skills. Improve. Improve here means becoming better. Improve. To get better or to make something better. Improve. Let's move to the third one. All great achievements require hard work and time. Require. It means need. So when I say the sentence but in another way, all great achievements need hard work and time, the same like what? Require. Require, to need something or to make something necessary. Require. Require. We have another word here. By training, players could master their skills. Master. Master. Do something well. So if you train them, they are going to master their skills. Do this well. Master. To learn how to do something well. Master. Let's move to another word here. You must wash your hands frequently to prevent the spread of flu. Our word here is frequently. Frequently. When I say frequently, it means often. Often. So frequently means often. So you have to wash your hands often. Why? To prevent the spread of flu. Frequently. Always. Okay? If you wash your hands frequently, you won't catch infection. Like if you look at this picture, this boy has an infection in his mouth. The infection is caused by bacteria or virus. Infection. Infection. It means a disease in a part of your body that is caused by bacteria or a virus. Let's revise the new vocabulary together. The first one, if you want to make things happen, that's right, it's called what? Achieve. This one, guess the word from the picture? Excellent. It means improve. Improve. To make things better. What is the synonym of need? We said this word. That's right. It means require. Master. Master. To do something well, this is called what? Master. If you are going to wash your hands often or do something often, it means what? Excellent. It means frequently. This one, something which is caused, or a disease is caused by bacteria or virus. Excellent. It's called infection. Now let's move to our book, page 24. We are going to practice speaking about experiences. Here you have to ask your partner some questions about his experiences, and he's going to answer you, and take turns. Make him ask you and answer him. Speak about your experiences. Time to speak. It's your turn. Try to say them. Like, my partner has eaten Moroccan food. He ate it in a restaurant at a shopping mall. He enjoyed it very much. Try to make some examples like this. Now we are going to move to study the grammar lesson here. Our grammar lesson today is about conjunctions. Conjunctions. When I say the word conjunctions, it means linking words. Linking words. What does it mean? It means a word that joins two sentences, two words, two phrases together to make one long sentence. So when I have two sentences or two phrases, I want to join them together, I use something called what? Conjunctions. Linking words. Today's lesson we have 3 linking words. So that, in order to, and to. They all have the same meaning. Let's start with the first one, so that. So that we use it to talk about purpose, the aim. So after so that, we say the purpose. Why do we do that? We often use them with modal verbs. So after so that, you have to use subject plus a modal verb like can, would, will, could, and so on. What about in order to? In order to, it has the same meaning, but we use in order to with an infinitive form. When I say an infinitive form, it means verb 1 without adding anything to it, to express the purpose of something, the same. So the main difference between so that and in order to, the sentence that comes after it. When I say so that, I use subject plus a modal verb. Modal verb, when I say a modal verb, it means verbs that have infinitive after them. Like what here? Like can, would, will, or could. But in order to, we do not use a subject or a modal verb. We use the infinitive directly. We use infinitive directly. The third conjunction is what? To. We can use the to infinitive in a clause or a sentence with a verb that has no subject. The same like what? Excellent. The same like in order to. The to infinitive focuses on the idea of an action or the results of an action rather than the action in itself. Let's study some examples about the 3 conjunctions: to, in order to, so that. Here we have 2 sentences. We want to link them together using the 3 conjunctions. The first sentence, I study hard. The second one, I want to pass the exam. How can we join these 2 sentences together? The first one we can say, I study hard so that I can pass the exam. So that here we use a subject and a modal verb. What is the modal verb here? can, plus what? Infinitive, verb 1. So why do you study hard? So that I can pass the exam. The second one, I study hard in order to pass the exam. So why do you study hard? The same one, in order to pass. The main difference here, after so that we use subject, like here I, but here we do not have a subject. If you are going to use a subject after so that, you have to use a modal verb. Here, if we do not use a subject, we do not use a modal verb, so we use the infinitive directly. Look at this one, pass, pass. Okay? The third one, the same like the second one. So instead of order to, I say to. So I study hard to pass the exam. So here I have the three examples. Study them well, because we are going to have more examples. Let's move to another one. I give you the book. I want you to read it. So why do I give you the book? The purpose, because I want you to read it. So if we want to link these sentences together, we are going to use the first one. I give you the book so that, I use subject here, you, plus a modal verb, can read it. So I give you the book so that you can read it. The same here. I give you the book in order to read directly, in order to read it. If you are going to use to, the same like in order to, like this one. I give you the book to read it. So instead of in order to, to. Here we do not have a subject and we do not have a modal verb. Let's move to another example. She took, in the past, she took the umbrella with her. Why? She wanted to keep her dry. So this is the purpose. So she took the umbrella with her so that it could keep her dry. What do I use here? Could. Why? Because if you look at the first part here of the sentence, it's in the past form. So we are not going to use can. What is the past of can? Excellent. It's what? Could. But if you are going to use in order to, you are going to use what? Think of this one. We have studied this one before. That's right. She took the umbrella with her in order to keep, directly, hair dry. She took the umbrella with her to keep hair dry. So in order to plus keep here, infinitive. We want to fill the missing parts with these three conjunctions. To, so that, in order to. Take your time. If you find in order to, you are going to use plus infinitive. So you are going to use let's move here. We want to fill the missing parts with these words. Here we have three words. To, so that, in order to. The three linking words. If you find infinitive, you are going to use to or in order to. But if you find a subject plus a modal verb, excellent, you are going to use what? So that. Take your time to answer them. Pause the video and read it. Okay, now let's move to answer these questions. Adil always wanted to be a basketball player, but he was shorter than most basketball players. He tried to join a basketball club to practice the sport. Space, achieve his dream. Here we have infinitive. So what should we use? To, so that, or in order to? He kept practicing by himself on weekends. Space, he could. Look at this one. We have a subject plus a modal verb. Improve his skills. He thought about his best position, a position that didn't require a tall person. He chose point guard, a position that only needs average height. All he needed to do was to train space. He could, the same like this one, master the skills required for this position. He spent a long time in the gym. Build, have infinitive here, a strong body and to improve his fitness. He went back to the first club he had tried to join. Space here, ask, this one is infinitive, for a second chance. The coach gave him a chance. Space here, find out if Adil had improved. He was quite surprised to find that Adil was good enough to join the team. Adil was so happy to achieve his goal. He told everyone he knew how important it is for people to work hard, achieve, infinitive, their dreams. So the first one, as we have said here, we have achieve. So what are we going to use? Excellent. In order to, because we have infinitive. What about the second one? We have subject plus a modal verb. We said before, to, in order to, we cannot use them if we have a subject. So we are going to use what? That's right, we are going to use so that. The third one here, we have he could, subject plus a modal verb plus infinitive. Excellent. Some students say it in a correct way. So that. This is a purpose. Why? He could master the skills required for this position. Next one. Here we have infinitive. Build. Excellent. We're going to say what? In order to. Here we have infinitive the same. So we are going to say what? To. The last one the same. We have infinitive as well. So you're going to use what? To. Here we have achieve. Achieve. Infinitive. Excellent. Some students say it in a correct way. That's right. To. Now here let's move to write some sentences. We have some pictures here. We want to use the word list in exercise number 5. Here, this one. We want to link them using to, so that, in order to. The first one here, wash hands frequently. The purpose, not to catch infections like disease, or a disease is caused by a virus or a bacteria. Save money. Why? Buy my own things. Third one, read books. Why? Learn new information. Learn new information. Take your time because you are going to compare them with the answers. Let's check the answers here. He washes his hands frequently so that he can't catch infections. So that, subject plus a modal verb plus infinitive. And this one is present, so we use what? Can't. Excellent. The same sentence if I'm going to use in order to, but in the negative form. He washes his hands frequently in order not to catch infections. In order not to catch infections. Second one, save money, buy my own things. I save some money so that I can buy my own things. This is the purpose. Why do I save money? So that I can buy my own things. If you are going to use in order to, we are going to remove I can. So becomes what? I save some money in order to buy my own things. The same as to, I save some money to buy my own things. Third one here, read books, learn new information. I read books so that I can learn new information. I read books in order to learn new information. I read books to learn new information. Thank you and see you inshallah in the next videos.